Am I suggesting that Donald and Melania Trump received the $1,200 relief check like Nita and I did? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm suggesting that he did. How could that be, you ask? How could that be? Well, do you recall that you have never seen Donald's tax returns? Why do you think that is? Are you aware that Donald takes no salary as president? And he donates it to charity? The check's made out every month to charity? Why do you think that is? Is he that big-hearted individual? Well, maybe he is. I don't know. But let's explore it, and let me share with you how I qualified for the $1,200 check, and Nita qualified for the $1,200 check, and how I suspect maybe Donald and Melania qualified for the $1,200 check. It's not how much you make, it's how much you get to keep. That's what the game is all about. You can make a lot of money, but if you don't manage your taxes and if you don't manage how you receive that money, you could end up giving a lot of it back to the government. I choose not to do that. So let me share with you what I choose to do. I own an LLC, a limited liability corporation. I originally set it up because I was a financial advisor and I thought that there was a potential that I could get sued. So I ran all my money through the LLC and then kept my home, my assets, personal assets, separate from my business dealings. And therefore I separated. Now an LLC, a small corporation, is a pass-through corporation. That is to say that any profits that I make within that corporation pass on to my individual tax return. Just like that, any losses that I incur pass through to my tax return. And I'm sorry to say, have suffered some losses. I wrote this children's book, and I designed it. I designed the package. I did everything, and I had it manufactured in China. I had 5,000 of them made, shipped from China over to Los Angeles, and then trucked from Los Angeles to Atlanta, where they were held in a distribution center. Then Nita and I built a website, and then we went from venue to venue peddling our children's book, The Christmas Web. All in all, we lost about $125,000. It doesn't always go Carrie's way. So, as I make money then within my LLC, whether it be through real estate or YouTube or whatever else I might do, those losses offset my profits. So last year, I made some money in real estate. I made some money on royalties from my business or my books, but they were offset by the losses from the Christmas Web. Well, what's that have to do with Donald Trump? Well, do you recall he used to have a casino, a very elaborate casino in Atlantic City? It went bankrupt. It millions upon millions of dollars of bankruptcy. He passes that through against any profits that he makes within his business or businesses. He's basically in the real estate business. The real estate business is a wonderful place to shelter income because you have depreciation. You're allowed to depreciate. You have improvements. You have salaries. You have a lot of pass-through losses or expenses that you can decrease your income. Then when you turn around to sell it, the IRS allows you through the 1031 exchange program, as long as you sell that real estate and if you incur a profit, if within a predetermined set of time you take that profit and reinvest it into a like kind piece of real estate, you pay no taxes on it. Do I suspect that Donald does that? Of course he does. And that's why you have never seen his tax returns, because I suspect he didn't pay any income taxes. Now, in my case, I sold my company and I receive annual payments or monthly payments for my company. Now, I was able to build a high enough cost basis in that company so that the only income I show is the interest on the money that I am receiving. If the principal is return of investment. The interest I pay taxes on, but I write it off against my losses for the Christmas web. Then I have my investment income. My investment income is within my portfolio, but I was wise enough through my business years to take and build a substantial, what is now an IRA. As I was in my peak earning years, in my late 50s and 60s, I established a defined benefit program. A 401k is a defined contribution program. So the amount you can put into your 401k is defined by the government and has limits by the government. Currently, it doesn't exceed, I think, something like $17,000 a year. I'm not sure. If you have an IRA, it is between $5,500 a year or $6,500 if you're over 50 years. But if you are a small business, you can use a SEP IRA, which is a simple employees pension program. Then you can put in $57,000 a year. Once you get it in that IRA, now you can trade all you want and you don't pay taxes. Now, what I was saying, when I was in my peak earning years, I set up a defined benefit program. I was making a substantial sum of money. So the parameters of a defined benefit program says that I can put as much in as I need to equal the salary I'm making in my prime earning years. Well, I was able to put over $200,000 a year into that qualified program. As a result, now much of my wealth is sitting inside a qualified program. So if I invest $100,000 into Tesla, and I make a $100,000 profit, it doubles in price, which it has. If I have it in a non-qualified program and I make $100,000 on it, I have to pay capital gains taxes on that. And if it's short term, as it is, that amounts to whatever my tax bracket is. And if I'm in the 30% tax bracket, that means of $100,000 profit that I made in Tesla, I got to give the government, the federal government, 30,000 of it, and the state government, 10,000 of it. But if it's in my IRA and I sell it, I give them nothing, except I personally have to make a required minimum distribution, and that's a whole nother thing that we can talk about later. So my point is that it's not what you make, it's what you get to keep. And as a result of my astute management of my income in the earlier years and creating a defined benefit program as opposed to a defined contribution program, I have most of my wealth sitting in qualified programs. Right now, since I'm retired, it's an IRA. Now, as I make money on my YouTube channel, I'm allowed right now to put $57,000 of that money into my IRA. Why wouldn't I do that? If I don't need it, wouldn't I do it? So again, my point is, could Donald and Melania have received a $1,200 check apiece like Nita and I did? Certainly they could have. Did they? I don't know. If they didn't, shame on you, Donald. Maybe I'm smarter than you. I don't think so, though. I really don't. I think Donald understands the principle of it's not how much you make, it's how much you get to keep. So, that's my take on not only investing. Investing's part of it, but the other part of it is managing what you make. Now, I'm committed to sharing this kind of information with you. I can legally share my knowledge with you. I can't advise you how to invest your money because I'm not a licensed financial advisor anymore. But I know a number of financial advisors. In fact, I worked for Ameriprise, and last week I wrote Jim Cracchiolo, who is the CEO of Ameriprise, who I know personally, who I partied with many times in the past, roughly 15 years ago. And I wrote him and I asked him, I said, my tribe needs financial information. They need to know how to set up a SEP IRA, how to set up a LLC. They need to know how to invest their money. And Jim, I would like you to partner with me. I would like you to have your advisors come on to my channel and give that advice. I'd like you to have a page on my Best of Us Investors website where you could have a bot that answered their questions. I would like to have a source that if they live in Paducah, Kentucky, they can find one of your advisors in Paducah, Kentucky that can help them do what I've done, how I've learned how to keep more of what I make. Jim, I want you to help me with that. Do I think I will hear back from Jim? I might get a nice letter back from him, but he's going to say, Carrie, no, I can't do that. So if I'm just saying to Wells Fargo, to any other financial planning firm, that Raymond James, if you'd like to enter into partnership with Best of Us Investors, give me a call. Sign up at bestofusinvestors.com. You'll find my phone number. You'll find my email address. And give me a call. And let's set up a partnership because we're going to have 1 million investors here soon. And they need to know what I know. They need to know how to qualify if they deserve to qualify. So the other thing I think I need to do is get a partner who owns a portal, a trading portal. Either it's Robinhood or it's E-Trade, because you need to know beyond where the canary in the coal mine is, you need to know how to use that portal, how to get the most out of it. You need to understand what selling on margin is. You need to understand trend lines. You need to understand these things. And I'm not qualified to give you all that information, but they are. So I'm here saying if any of you portals, E-Trade, Schwab, Trade America, Robinhood, want to become a partner and have access to helping us, Best of Us Investors, as in our trading, reach out to me because we want to support you if you're willing to support us. If you don't know, if you're new to this channel and you want to become a part of our tribe, the Best of Us Investors, go right here to bestofusinvestors.com. Sign up. Give us your name and your email address. Every morning I'll send you, every morning the market is open, a email that tells you what I'm doing, what the tribe is thinking, and what some of the soon-to-be million other people are learning and we're sharing so that we get in front of and we make good decisions on our financial future. So, do I think Donald and Melania received their $1,200? Yeah, I do. I really do.